Stacks of boxes lining the room. Plastic heroes fighting the gloom. Unbox the thrill with the collector's glee. SuperSorrell's world is the place to be. Action figure dreams, yeah, they come alive. Through the lens of the cam where the legends thrive. From shelves to the screen, it's a plastic parade. SuperSorrell's got the goods, every move well played. From Marvel to DC, Star Wars in the mix, chasing rare finds, it's a collector's fix.
Hey guys, it's me, your host SuperSorrell. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's time for a live stream. But I tell you what, I have not come alone. I'm here to talk all sorts of geeky horror goodness with my good friend, Ryan Speaks Geek.
What up? I'm not dead.
I love the fact that after all this time, it's still and our good friend Ryan Speaks Geek. I love that.
Yeah.
And everyone in the comments on the last stream said, and please make sure you say that when you bring him on.
Oh, brilliant. Mate, long time.
Yeah, mate, it's been a very long time. It's been weird since it's been long since you've done a live stream as well. Does it feel weird to be back on the land of the internet?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing like pre-recorded stuff, but I had to work out how to use StreamYard's changed into last year. And even when I logged in, right, this just shows you how long it's been. I I put the thing in, and it was like, why is it keep putting my name as Santa's Geeky Elf? And I realised the last time I used this was on the Geek Week to do the Christmas special.
Awesome. Even the Geek Week's changed these days. I mean, we've got our good friend Triple G Comics joined us, and yeah, it's been a weird old road with that podcast. But
I know my favourite thing about those though, I thought like, oh, I could never be replaced. Actually, I can be replaced.
We replaced you with a big ginger Geordie.
Exactly. I mean, to be fair, that was the bare minimum you could replace me with, to be fair. So.
I love the fact that there's more regional accents on it now more than ever, which is the funniest thing on the planet. Americans just have a hard time following along.
I could join in a Swansea accent if you want, and then that way, hello there, it's Ryan Speaks Geek. It's lovely to be here. Mind, just come down by here just to get on the live stream on the computer box. It's lovely.
Well, let's see who's with us in the chat this evening. We've got Ezra Gantos, Todswell, Chon, Sheep, Lula, Thomas. Love that name. Who's the pineapple in the sea? That's SpongeBob SquarePants. Joshy Boy Toys is with us. What's up? What's up, boys? Shelley's back from Florida. Shelley, I bet you are knackered, mate. Don't know what day it is. My live streams are normally on Wednesday. I've gone live on a Tuesday with Ryan, but tomorrow I'll be live with the Triple G Comics for our usual nerdy Wednesdays. So yeah,
Shelley, there's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Yeah, man. Jack Ellis to say, even so, how you doing, mate? I'm good, bro. Thank you. Harry Scott's with us as well. Hello, Harry Scott. Joey B1. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Joey B1.
Well, yeah, big shout out to Ryan and much love to you both. Thank you very much, my dude. And she's saying, Ryan. Also, well-known cat lair enthusiast. That joke is still ongoing, by the way. That joke about the cat lair still gets mentioned in every episode without fail.
Oh, it's nice to know you have a lasting impact on things.
Geek Strong's in the chat. Hello, Geek Strong. Hope you're doing well, bub. Sliptails is with us as well. Hello. And Andy H. The Cocaine Bear is back.
That's right, baby.
I love that when you do Cocaine Bear, you have to get that close to the microphone to do it.
It's more that I find it would be more distracting to see my actual mouth do it than to like just do it, Because so I used to do voice acting stuff long ago, but it was mainly those really bad adverts where it'd be like, welcome casino535.com, call 0800 4545 now. So yeah, it's and then I started doing all the little imitation voices, a lot of the Family Guy ones, the Stewie, like, oh, hello, Brian. Looking forward to reading you. Oh, I'm with SuperSorrell now. It's all right. And all that kind of stuff. And then I worked out one day I could do Winnie the Pooh, and I was like, I'm never going to use this for anything. And then along came the Geek Week, and Cobra King Pair got released, and I was like, finally, my moment has come. But I do have to move my mouth, like face, into weird ways to do it.
Yeah.
We're in 2 minutes, and we've already had. Sorry. I forgot the live comment bit. To be honest, like the live interaction.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
That's Super Sorrell, and I guess I'm still Maurice Moss.
Yeah.
Game board. Mother rudding game board.
I love your Maurice Moss impression. It always makes me...
Oh, God damn it, Shirley.
Where's Bethany? Now that would be exercise to go live. Be sure off your cat's lair. Jesus. Shelley, you're already back. You're back 1 minute. You're already with the innuendos.
It's like I never left.
It is. It honestly is. Honestly is. At some point, we're gonna have to get you on the Geek Week, just to see, just have all four of us on screen. That'd be ace.
Well, I don't know. Can me and Triple? This is what you don't realize, that me and Triple G are actually the same person. It's just so it was my way of being on the Geek Week without having to be on the Geek Week, because I just created a persona.
Well, we knew he fitted in the moment he said he was a theatre nerd and he was going to see Hamilton. So me and Jake were like, "Oh, welcome to the family."
I went to the theatre yesterday, funny enough.
Yeah, what did you go see?
I saw Giant with John Lithgow. So I've seen John Lithgow in person, which makes me feel very happy. It's the Roald Dahl play. It's really good. It's heavy. It's a heavy topic, which you wouldn't think Roald Dahl, but it's well worth a watch if anyone is in the London area and can get tickets. They are available currently from your local vendor.
Well, Triple G is currently in London right now watching Hamilton. I couldn't be more jealous.
Do you know what? I've never seen it, and this is going to hurt your pride a little bit, but I have no real desire to see it. I might see it at some point, but the problem is it's a bit like one of those things, where you spend like so much time listening to people going like, "Oh, it's the greatest play of all time. You've got to go see it now." It's been going on for so many years, and I've heard so many of the songs from it. I feel like it would not live up to the hype now when I saw it. So, and also it's not the original one, which that's the one that everyone goes on and I don't know. Maybe at some point.
They reunited the old cast recently, apparently, or something. They did like a 10-year reunion thing. Apparently,
I'm more excited about the fact. Yeah, but well, of course, it's probably muscle memory for them. But I'm more excited by the fact that Brian Conley, the comedian, is taking over for Doc Brown in Back to the Future the musical for a short stint.
Oh God!
Because Brian Conley was a family comedic hero for my family. But have I seen Spice World? Well, I did catch a bit of the Geek Week in review, and I have two comments. One, I can give you what I want, what I really, really want, because I was the Spice Girls fan in the 90s. I had a giant cardboard cutout of Posh Spice. I had all the little square books they had of each of the Spice Girls and the giant headed statues. I had the whole lot. It was awesome. Like, I absolutely loved it. And so, yes, I absolutely went to go see Spice World, the movie, at the cinema. And I totally agree with Ash. It is something everyone should watch. And, Richard E. Grant in it is possibly the greatest performance he's ever given. And he's given a lot. No offense to With Nail and I, which is pretty up there, but everyone knows. I mean, how he didn't get an Oscar for that is actually quite...
I just love how mad he gets on the top of that bus. Like, can everyone please stop putting things down the toilet? Thank you. There are some little announcements makes her ace.
Such a film. I feel. Oh God, do you know what? I do have Hot Wheels, but I bought one the other day. I got really excited about it. I've just seen that comment. Do you know what? I did. I had a Hot Wheels. I got the Bumblebee Hot Wheels yesterday,
nice.
A couple of days ago. Sorry, in Smith's. I was really excited about it, and it's not to hand. But yes, I do have Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels in the way.
I never left Stokes. Don't worry. I'm always here.
Hello, Alex. How you doing, bud? That's a right, we have more
Dave. This is my awesome friend and co-host of our show 375 Alive is David the Dad. I've got to say it like that because I always feel like you should have a guitar riff behind it.
It does sound like one of them names. There's a guy that sometimes comes in the chat when Triple G's on, and he's called Panels in a Half Pint, and I can't help but say it in that way. Panels in a half pint.
A half pint. Oh, YouTube. That's why it took me ages. I was really proud when I came up with Ryan Speaks Geek, but then I found out there's another YouTube channel called Ryan Speaks Greek.
Oh no!
And I was like, oh, if people accidentally click on my stuff, they're going to be like very disappointed that I'm not like getting a, I don't know, like a vintage Star Wars plate, smashing on the floor and going, "Oppa!" You know.
Where do we
Become one.
I've just got to answer this question because it keeps going up in the chat. No, I will not be reviewing Trick or Treat Party Mix. I don't review sweets. What is the? I don't get what this question is constantly coming up. It's
But
not
you
even
should.
Halloween.
You used to have like a bag of sweets on hand. There was a few episodes where you were definitely on like a sugar high. Yeah, there we go. So I don't think it's out there. And let's be honest, it's something Halloween related that comes in a plastic bag. So really, it should be right up your alley.
Right, that's a Cypriot spin-off.
I do. I'm actually also very big in Japan. Because they love giant people who are bald and have beards and basically look like a Viking who went to a comic convention. Me too. Me too. I have got a fantastic collection of Ertl Thomas trains. It's one of my favorite collections I have. I still have them all from when I was a kid, and I actively try and get them. For my 30th birthday, I got the elusive metallic 3-pack, which had James, Henry, and Thomas in. So that one collector, you are not alone, my friend.
People tuning into Ryan Speaks Greek looking for moussaka dishes are going to be for a surprise.
I don't know. You haven't seen my moussaka dish I do on Ryan Speaks Geek. I just do a geeky spin-off of it. I just shape it like a sarlacc pit. That's the difference.
Instead of using lasagna sheets, you just use Scooby-Doo pasta.
Yeah. Do they still make that?
Yeah, you can still get that.
Oh, do you know what? I had pasta tonight, and what a waste. I could have been Scooby-Doo shaped. Really?
Now, is that red wine you're drinking, or is that no? I thought it had a stem on the end. It doesn't, does it? It's just this thingy.
No, it's a lie glass rather than a wine glass, because you can hold it like this and go, "Oh, I'm very sophisticated," and go.
That's how it looks. That's how it looks.
It's just Pepsi Max.
One thing I never drink, wine.
Oh yes. Do you know what? That is one of the best lines ever with the magnets, and that used to be my favorite thing. So you know, like the wooden railways where you have the interconnecting tracks. So exactly. So you just used to be able to get dime dozen, especially from like the early learning center or children's world. Yeah. And I used to build tracks all around like my living room. My parents used to do their nut because they'd come back and be like, "Ryan, we have to use this room." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm almost finished."
So
Optimus Prime may have made on there. Is there anything from Greek culture that comes in 3.7? You know what? The only Star Wars figures I could get in Greece were actually 5-inch knockoffs. Do you remember I brought them on the show?
Yeah.
On the Geek Week.
Yeah.
So 3.75 eludes me, but when I next there, I promise I will find something in 3.75 that is Greek for Ryan Speaks Greek. I mean Geek. I mean whatever.
Good evening, Flandros. How you doing? All right, cool. So we are here tonight not to talk Thomas the Tank, but to talk horror stuff, because everyone wanted a Sorrell and Ryan horror special. So we normally, it's now becoming an annual thing, because we did a horror special last year for Summerween as well, mate.
We did.
It is becoming an annual thing.
Which is convenient, because this is the only day of the year I'm free every year. Otherwise, it's who knows.
You're a busy man. Trying to tie you down is insane. You're worse than Jacob.
Oh, I know. So genuinely, Ash has been asking, and I was meant to come on for a Star Wars special at one point, because I have a bit of a collection, and I couldn't make that work in the end because I just kept being busy. I'm a busy guy, that's why my YouTube is like so sporadic. It'll be like, Ryan's done 6 videos in a week, and then it's like, Ryan is possibly dead because he's been missing off YouTube for 3 months, and then it's like, and now he's back again. I'm trying to be better, and I've started doing shorts.
People actually thought I was dead at one point this year, which is quite funny. I remember the comments on my channel were insane for a while.
Well, I mean, I won't lie. I did put a big conspiracy round that you'd found out too much information, and that you tried a ritual from Trick or Treat, and actually it didn't go your way, and that you wouldn't be seeing. I mean, sorry, I just thought it was more interesting for you. If the people thought that's what happened to you.
Joey Peach come over there, dude. That was great. So it really was. I put a video out and everyone put, "It's alive!" I'm like, not Frankenstein. Calm down.
You missed a trick there, man. I could have come to the hospital and I could have painted you up for you. And but doctor,
she got Lynn just filming me coming off the bed going.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, you weren't gone for over a month. Yeah, into the internet. According to the internet, if you're gone for over a month, you are legally dead.
Oh my god, I've been dead a lot,
mate. And now you've said this name like that. Every time I see that name, I'm gonna go Sliptails. Woo,
woo. You're welcome.
Anyone that is trying to maintain an empire built on nerd stuff on the island nation of Greek. I love the fact this is becoming a running joke now.
It's hard. I tried to make a Trojan speeder bike. It's not as effective as a Trojan horse. Turns out that's really difficult to do. And the other thing is my mistake was doing it in 3.75 scale. I just couldn't fit in it. So, but I'm a man of my word. I stick to 3.75.
Yeah, mate. I would, if I was you, you don't need to find a stormtrooper and paint it up to be a super trooper.
Do you know what? I'm never going to live this down. This is going to be my thing. Whenever I'm on your show, I'm going to have a bunch of Greek flags start popping up in the chat.
But no, what's
in Greece as well. God, that didn't help it either.
We haven't here to be talking horror.
Summer.
Yes. Summer horror.
Scary. Right, let's move on.
Well, Shelley's just got back from Orlando, and she's been making me very jealous because obviously she's got to experience the new horror theme park land.
Did she?
Yeah, Dark Universe, Epic Universe.
That looks awesome. Do you know what's really crazy, right? We have better success doing a mixed media theme park with all the monsters than them trying to make a movie universe. Isn't that mad?
Crazy.
And it shouldn't be that difficult, in my opinion, to make a decent dark universe thing. They just keep overdoing it. Keep it simple, not do let's Hollywoodify it. People love those films because they were genuinely scary and they were basic. It was, Frankenstein's tortured soul, Dracula's eternal, dread or whatever. It was very basic things. Just stick to the stories. Don't be like, well, wouldn't it be scary if the mummy looked like Tom Cruise? No, not really.
No.
Well, we're going to make it anyway, but don't worry about that.
Well, I honestly think they're saying it's not, but I think Blumhouse are slowly making a universe and just not telling anybody. They're making standalone movies, and then eventually they'll do some things across them over somehow. Like they've done The Invisible Man in the modern day world. They've done Wolfman in the modern day world. They've recently obviously done Abigail, which is the daughter of Dracula, and he was in it at the very end. So they've already half there. And we've got Frankenstein coming out at the end of this year. And they're also doing Bride of Frankenstein with Gyllenhaal, aren't they? Yeah, with Maggie Gyllenhaal. Is she called Maggie Gyllenhaal?
Ooh.
She's playing the bride, so I'm looking forward to that.
Do you know? Now you've said that would make a lot of sense for them because Blumhouse as well have just sort of turned into the horror house. They've been churning out some awesome stuff, so I could see it happening. I'm going to start over researching this now. I know what I'm going to be doing. Jake's still like stop. You're going to make me blush if I didn't have the anti-blush filter on this.
Mate, the Monsters Unchained ride, I can't wait to see that, Shelley. I'm so jealous you got to do that.
Did you take any... if you took any pictures or anything, share them online. Send them into the show. You know the address. And pop it on a postcard, and we'll see if we can put it on the fridge for the next episode.
And Hunksaw? That's a right name.
I just think that's a T-Rex with a six-pack, but yeah. So when we talk about summer horror, what is your if I say summer horror to you, what is the first film that comes to your mind?
Jaws, usually.
Excellent. Sunshine,
beaches, sharks killing people. Wasn't intended as a horror originally, it just became one over the years, didn't it, really? It was never intended as a horror, I don't think.
I don't know, because that music, that's got horror written all over it. And it's so basic. It's almost like another film. No, sorry, I forgot to do my point 2 after talking about the the Spice World incident, right? The other point after watching Geek Week, before we go into, because I need to address this with you. We have spoken a lot about horror over the years.
Yeah.
All right. And we've seen a lot of the same obscure films, a lot of the mainstream films. Why do I then find out that you've not seen The Thing?
I know, it's insane. There's a lot of horror films I've never seen, you know. If I had a list of the horror films I haven't seen, you'd cry.
Oh, but it's The Thing, man. It's like my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, let alone horror. Like, it's one of the greatest horror films. And even the sequel prequel is actually pretty decent. And the video game for the PS2 was awesome. But it's just the first one, the original. It's the greatest film. And it's got that similar. The thing it reminded me is because its soundtrack is phenomenal. It's really basic. It's really eerie. And it's such a way of mistrust. And there's so many red herrings that aren't just crap red herrings. When they used to do that thing in films, writing, they do loads of really good writing in this one, and like it is just all the best performances. It's a pick one off at a time thing, which is one of my all-time favorite things. Dude, watch The Thing, please promise me by the time we do this next year, or if we do any other Halloween specials coming in between that, on that one day that I've got a international retainer from Greece, please tell me that's high on your list to watch.
I've got the bloody Blu-ray. I've just never sat down and watched it. I know it's a classic. I know I should own it and I should have it and I should, watch it. I've just never got around to watching it.
That's your homework. If not, see me after class, Mr. Sorrell.
Yeah. I tell you what though. Yeah, I do like it. That is a good film.
I've seen that, but not The Thing. What the heck?
I know I've seen that, but not The Thing. I know. It's like I've never seen Hellraiser. The original Hellraisers, I've never seen. I've seen the remake with the Lady Hellraiser, but I've never watched the original Hellraiser.
I think I can understand that more because of how graphic it is. It took me a long time to actually watch Hellraiser, and now I've seen all of them. I did myself a marathon, and I bought all the DVDs, and I've watched them, including the amazingly named Hellraiser Deader. I've watched them all, but I can understand if you hadn't seen that one before, because that one is very grotesque horror. Like it's more like horror gore. They call it gore, so it's gore, rather than horror. It's all about the shock of it rather than being scary. So I can understand that. But man, The Thing, I'll stop going on about it when they stop going on about me being Greek. But yeah, I just had to get that out of my system because I wasn't angry, but I was very disappointed.
But it's nice to know you're lurking in the chat somewhere. You didn't talk to us on the live stream though. Are we watching it back?
I watched it back.
Part of the Ketchup Crew.
Ketchup Crew. Yeah, no, I watched it back. There was a reason I wasn't on it anymore. Is because Sunday nights are when I like to detox and chill. So to have to sit there and be, I'm about to say, well behaved on a live stream, but I don't think I've ever done that. Oh, but yeah, They Live. That's a good point by Jack. Bringing us back on the topic. They Live is a shout for great summer horror. That is true.
It is.
That is very true. So interesting. So you said Jaws. Now, I thought you were going to say Jaws. Other than the original, have you seen the other three?
No.
Mate, no. You should. Jaws 2 is fantastic. Genuinely another good film, in my opinion. Jaws 3 is just a fun ride. It was meant to be it was in 3D originally, but the old school 3D. So obviously when you get a Blu-ray now, it's not in 3D. So you just get an arm that's meant to be floating over you, but it's just this.
Yeah.
You're and they go look, there's a shark.
I'll see this Ryan's speaking.
My wife's actually learning Greek as well. Ryan doesn't join the Geek Week chats because he knows you'd all. I mean, I'll be honest. Actually, there has been one or two times when I haven't commented just on the fear that you'll go, "Oh, Ryan, we'll send you a link." No, I'm just joking. I would, if I'm ever about, I'm always happy to jump on, especially now that I've worked out Stream Yard works again.
I mean, Slip Tales, I've seen a lot of horror movies. Just some of them are just older ones that I've just never got around to watching. But I know the classics, I've just never watched them.
I think it is hard when you do talk about horror a lot because you want to keep up with what's coming out. So it's really, you obviously only have so much free time, and there's work and family and stuff. And I get this a lot with like all kinds of movies, and people are always like, "Oh, I can't believe you've not seen this." And I'm like, "But when would I have had the time?"
Yeah.
Because like you say, I know you haven't seen a lot of the older ones, but then if you think about how much horror we have coming out in the cinemas again, which is awesome, by the way, and then Shudder obviously has got something new every like 5 minutes, so to try and keep up with it all, and then also try and revisit a back catalogue, it's hard, man.
It's also real because, like, once upon a time, you knew that you had a good popcorn horror flick, but nowadays they started putting all these weird independent ones on the big screen. So, like, some of them do belong on Shudder and they're like things like that, but they end up on the big screen. You're like, what am I watching? What is this thing I'm watching?
It's crazy. Some of them are just so obscure. But so I'm gonna reel us back in. So back to Jaws. So Andy H said Jaws Revenge bad. So yeah, Jaws 3 or 3D great fun. Jaws 2 awesome. Jaws 4 The Revenge really not good, but it's funny, but not intended to be because it's got Michael Caine in it, and Michael Caine famously said, "Oh, I did this, Phil, because it's the house. Yeah, it bought my mum a house." And not a lot of people know that. He was very happy. Oh no, there's a shark. That's terrifying. So like, it's worth watching just for how bad it is. And there's sort of a fifth Jaws film. It's a bit of a weird one. So,
All right.
so Italian cinema at one point used to do this thing where they just used to take bits of other films and put them in their films. So there's one, and I want to say it's called, like, the nickname of it is like Angry Jaws. And it's an Italian one which just splices in a lot of the shark footage from the Jaws films, and then just builds a really bad story around it. A bit like Turkish Star Wars, but Italian Jaws.
Yeah, but Turkish Star Wars is amazing. I love Turkish
You've
Star
seen
Wars.
Turkish Star Wars, but not The Thing.
I know. I've seen loads of dodgy horror. I've seen loads of dodgy, knockoff movies. I love them so much. Just to go off wildly off topic again, Ryan's doing those celebrity boxing matches with the Duolingo bird for custody of the Greek language lessons.
Oh, leave Duo alone.
Where does bigger Jaws fit into the Jaws canon?
Around it, because it's bigger. Yes, Cerveza Crystal.
Yeah. There's a load of movies on Prime right now that look like someone's GCSE drama project. It actually does. There's some awful things on there.
Oh, maybe I should find my I made a horror film in college. Our project was called The Last Day. I made a zombie flick with my friends for our college program. I was doing media at college, and I was really happy with it. And because the problem is the computers we had were so rubbish, I couldn't do transition shots. Like, you couldn't edit them, like, for like panning shots. So I came up with this really stupid idea, but it worked really well. I'm seeing if I can do anything to recreate it. But basically, what I did was I got a blank VHS like cover, show me age, and I just did. When I was filming, I did like basically I went slowly across like this, and then when I did the next shot, I did it like that, like, went across that way. Weirdly effective. But yeah, so Jaws definitely falls into that summer. You're right. You got sun, sand, sharks. It's got your 3 key S's for a summer horror. My choice for a summer horror, interestingly, is I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, good old slasher. Can't be about that.
Gotta have a summer slasher.
Yeah.
Stabby stab stab. Got a new one coming out.
But I said there's a new one coming out with the original cast, isn't there, as well?
It's a legacy sequel, which is very hot right now thing to do.
It is. Shame the one for the craft didn't work.
Yeah, that
would have been hit and miss, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it had a good intention. It had a good idea. It just didn't land, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they should have taken more time with it.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like someone had the idea and were like, the rights run out in 6 weeks. Crap. And then just quickly like stuck it together.
Still just saying there, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, zombies are really good for summer, like, because zombies, you don't necessarily like. I feel like when you got something like Nightmare on Elm Street, for example, I don't know if it would work as well if the whole time they were on the beach. I kind of. Yeah, he needs the darkness, I think, a little bit. I know he got sillier as the films went on.
Yeah.
But then you got things like, have you ever seen the Redwood Chainsaw Massacre? It's a ridiculous Scottish rip-off of the Texas Chainsaw movies, and the acting is diabolical. I need to now. Yeah, but I mean, again, that could count as a summer slasher.
The movie, not the Greek one, was about was called Cruel Jaws.
Cruel Jaws. There we go. See, did
so
anyone
which confirming that they went 28 years later?
Nope, I'm seeing it in the next few days. But I have rewatched what do you call it? 28 Days and Weeks Later, both in the cinema.
Yeah, I rewatched them both recently. They're all on streaming services again, which is great because they've been missing from streaming services for a long time.
Well, it was just so funny. I had 28 Days Later, and I made such an effort. I was like, I need to get 28 Weeks Later to rewatch that. So I went down to CX, got a copy of it. I got home, I was like, right, we'll watch that tomorrow. And then they announced we're bringing back 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later to the cinema. I was like, oh, son of a. So and then it was like I got a notification from, I think it was like Netflix that has it, like the rights to it. Films we think you'll like. Oh, coming soon, 28 weeks. I was like, oh, back off! Like just every. But the thing is, this 28 years later is actually part 1 of 2, isn't it? Or potentially a trilogy. So they filmed back to back with the next one, which I think is called 28 Years Later, Mountain of Skulls or Skull or something like that. Which is very tied into the film. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah. Sorry, I've just seen Andy Hayes' comment. You're both amateurs. Movie set in the summer.
Yeah, 100%. But Joey B. Woods just saying the first Jason movie takes place at a summer camp, and then correct himself by saying, "I guess all the ones take place." Yeah, yeah, I'll do most of them. Until it started getting silly with Jason Goes to Hell, Jason Goes to Manhattan, and when he went on Little Adventures.
Let's not forget Jason in Space. I love Jason X though. I would die on the hill knowing that.
I love the fact that when we found out that Jason X was like successful, they started putting everything in space. So like there was even like a Dracula 3000, which is god awful.
Yeah, you sent me that. You made me watch that, and then we never talked about it on the bloody. You were like, "We're gonna do it on the show," and then like cancelled the show the next week. I was like, "I've just watched this for no reason."
Horrible thing. Yeah,
I should have made you watch Leprechaun in Space as well.
I've got it on. I've got that on DVD. I've got it. I've got all the Leprechauns.
Awesome. Again, got all those, but
I know. Lost Boys. You can't talk some horror without even mentioning the Lost Boys. It's such a classic summer movie,
and the 2 amazing sequels.
Are they amazing?
They're not amazing. No, they're really not. They're not that great at all. But the completionist in me needed to watch them. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself, to be honest. Dave, but you hadn't seen 28 Days Later or 28 Weeks Later. Oh man, I'm glad I'm guessing you liked them, but they're just classics of British horror.
So do I give my hot take now and fall out with you?
Go on.
I'm not a fan. 28 Days Later does nothing for me. It's an all right movie. It was just one of them films where it came out and there was such hype around it. I was like, I just never saw it. I've seen it, but I just didn't get the hype at all with that movie.
I think because it was like one of the first things about it that was different was having speed. Because I know it's always the argument with if it's technically a zombie movie or whether it's not. And I classify it as a zombie film. It's, someone gets infected, they chase after you to bite you to infect you. And I know you can get infected by the blood or whatever, but I still think it was a zombie film. But, a lot of zombies to that point, have always been slow, clambering, and, sometimes show a little bit of intelligence or whatever. But I think, see, we had World War Z or World War Z, depending on where you are in the world. That was very fast zombies. And you could argue that speed makes it that much more terrifying because it's always that joke in was it Scary Movie when running away from the killer and it's like, which way do I go? Certain doom or safety? So I think the 28 Days ones, oh my god, Acropolis. I'm annoyed because I kind of do want to do that now. Subscribe to my channel and I'll make Acropolis Jaws.
I've obviously seen Dracula 3000, but not The Thing. I know. My film choices are very strange. But just, as well, one thing that's in the chat here that is, again, Camp Sleepaway. Now, I've seen, I think, Camp Sleepaway 2 and 3, but I don't think I've seen the original.
I know everything that happens in it, and I've seen the famous ending of that, but I've never actually watched them, to be honest. I know there are films that I haven't seen, believe it or not. But yes, they're quite high up on my list, and I think I might do that series this year at Halloween when I'm picking out what my 31 films are going to be for the year.
The third one is so bizarre because it's so far from the original. It's not. It's more of a comedy horror at that point, and it's literally just her killing people in the way that like Freddy Krueger and Jason killed theirs. Like she even wears like a hockey mask at one point and has a claw, and it's just ridiculous.
Amazing. Yeah, I need to. I think I need to check. I did watch one called Bloody Pom Poms or something like that. It was like on the. I needed something to watch on the plane when I went to Kefalonia, ironically, good old Greece, the Greek island. So when I returned to my homeland recently, I needed something to watch on the plane. I picked that, and it was terrible. It was one of those like, I think it went to the cinema, but it should have probably gone straight to VHS. Like, it was pretty awful. Oh no. Oh, Jason X, hands down.
Yeah, Jason X. Love Guy in the Hood is atrociously bad,
but still funny. But
Jason Goes to Summer, Jason Goes to Space, and Nice Summer's Day on Venus. Jason Goes to Wales. Oh wait, he's already been to hell. Andy hates.
Oh, that's not very nice now, Andy. All right. Yes,
I agree. 2 weeks.
In general, or no? Yeah, I prefer 28 days, 2 weeks. I think it's the better one. Also, with the smaller budget, weirdly, it feels that much more intimate.
Isn't Hawkeye in weeks as well?
Yep. He has no name. He is only Hawkeye now.
Ryan Jenner?
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. I call him Ryan Jenner.
Oh, God. Don't turn him into a Kardashian clan member.
Shaun of the Dead, classic summer movie. So I don't see that as a summer movie, but it is a good movie. I do love it. I love Shaun of the Dead.
I mean, they do go and get cornettos.
They do. They do that in every one of their films, though, don't they? I love that.
Apparently, they're going to be doing more cornetto. New cornetto films are potentially in the works. I didn't realize there was a new flavor.
Thank you, Kellen. Hope you're doing well. And yes, we are closing on 100K. It's so awesome.
Ooh.
Another one set in summer, The Last Man.
No.
What is The Last Man? What? Hang on, I need to Google.
Have you actually forgotten what The Last Man is?
Have I seen this?
No one's seen it. And Andy H shouldn't send you a copy of it either.
Ah, right, okay. Now I know what it is.
It's terrible low budget film. The acting in it is terrible. It was available at HMV for a short while. Yeah, it's the film I'm in. Yes, I was in a horror film. Dun, dun, dun. Slip Tales. Just watched it. What did you think, Slip Tales? Just out of interest, like, because I thought it was a bit meh. Is my official rating level of like meh, yeah. So it was very meh. Didn't have enough pills in it for me.
I don't think I've seen Bloody Pom Poms. I don't think that's a film I've ever seen.
Ash, I didn't even know it existed until it just came up. Films that are expiring in the next 30 days category on Amazon Prime. And I was like, that'll do.
Now I know I'm watching this evening.
No, you're watching The Thing this evening. That's what you do. No. Oh, no. Oh.
Harpenny and Idris Elba were in 20 weeks later ago.
Yep, Idris getting his nice sort of military officer phase of his career, well and truly into gear. Yeah, very much so. Although they're dragging it out, aren't they?
Nah, but each episode's going to be like a mini movie by the sounds of it now. Each episode's going to be like 90 minutes long.
And they're doing it in blocks of 3?
Yeah, so they're gonna do 3 around fall time, then 3 around Christmas, and 3 around to finale in New Year.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I quite like not having everything dumped at once because
You do just binge
someone, I got season 3 ruined for me, right? Just by existing, basically. So it came out at midnight, and then I went into town in the evening to go pick up something, and someone walked past me and went, "I just can't believe Hopper died at the end." I was just like, I was just standing in the middle of the town, and I stopped myself. I was just like, but then the problem is, I didn't have to watch it with my wife, knowing that this was going to happen. All I could think of was that person waited for midnight and then just binge watched the entire thing. Didn't go out until just before I had obviously walked past them and decided, or skipped to the last episode. I don't know. But I was just devastated. I was like, I've avoided the internet, and it just got spoiled for me just by being out in the world. So I just didn't leave ever again. So I've been here since then.
Yeah, it's I'm really looking forward to it. And I do kind of class that as slightly a summer horror, or has some horror, summer teeth in.
You got this.
Summer elements to it. There we go.
Yeah, well, depending on the seasons, I would say.
Yeah. Piranha, Cabin Fever, Texas Chainsaw, Midsummer, summer movies that come to mind.
Piranha is an interesting one. It was the main one that Steve, because it was another one of the cash-in grabs of Jaws, like the success of Jaws. But Steven Spielberg really liked it. He was a big fan of it. So I think they were potentially looking at legal action or something at one point, and he was like, "Nah, it's cool." Like, he really liked Piranha, and then they remade it. They did a couple of sequels, which I think were pretty average. That's directed VHS ones, and then they remade it, and then they just really doubled down on the comedic element. Yeah, and it was actually like pretty fun. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Christopher Lloyd was actually the mad scientist guy in the remakes of Piranha. Cabin Fever. Have you seen Cabin Fever?
I've seen Cabin Fever. I love Cabin Fever. Good movie.
The bit with the shaving and the skin, that has haunted me. Like, this is why I've got a beard, because I just can't do it. That the idea of that and that happening, still to this day, and I, haven't seen it for years, and it was, me and my mate were both dating like a pair of friends, as you do when you're like a teenager, and so we went round there, and that was the classic sort of, oh, we're brave men watching horror films, and then that came on, and I was like, no, make it stop. And there's like, I mean, no, make it stop. Yeah, that's just always. I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like one of the greatest illusion horror films of all time, because you see so little. Actually,
I think you see everything.
Yeah, massively. And I sort of didn't realize until me and David the Dad, we went to see the anniversary showing of it at the Odeon, and the music is really disjointed and disturbing, but there's very little actual like chainsawing of people for a Chainsaw Massacre film.
Nope.
It's pretty
it's more popping people on meat hooks.
Yeah. I love it the way you said that, as if it was like putting your shopping away. Just popping someone on the meat hook, darling. I'll be with you in a minute. Yeah. Oh, fresh out of meat hooks now. God. Midsummer, I watched it once, and I don't think I will ever watch it again. Once was enough for me. Yeah,
it's a weird film, but it was, for me, it's just trying to be the Wicker Man. It is just literally trying to be the Wicker Man on every level.
But ramped up.
Yeah. It's a mental thing.
How can we make the people, the average person, seem weirder than the Wicker Man? I know. Let's put them in a commune.
For me, I love the Wicker Man, and it's that scene where they all come in his bedroom. That scene is so disturbing.
It's really unhinged, is the word I would use. But I had that feeling with Midsummer. So Midsummer and Hereditary, because obviously it's both the same director, whose name has totally escaped me now. But he is brilliant at this uncomfortable horror. Like, I don't know if you get this, but there are some films you watch and you feel weird after it. Like, it's not like you've just been scared or you'll feel happy because you've just been laughing. You just feel really off.
Yeah.
You don't know what to say. You don't speak for maybe a couple of hours. That's what that did to me.
Well, I was like that, and I'm not sure how long it has been since we've done a show, but I was like that after Longlegs. After seeing Longlegs at the cinema, I just didn't.
Really?
You sat there and like, I do not know what to say now. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Ash, can we get a review? Thanks, Ash.
What the hell did I just watch?
I haven't seen it yet, and now I really want to watch it because based on that review.
It's weird. You'll just love the fact that it's got Nicolas Cage in it being a weirdo, as he always
Nick Cage
is.
in it.
Nick Cage is the villain. He's the main bad guy in it.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm totally so. Why didn't I see that at the cinema?
But you won't even recognize him in it. He's wearing like prosthetics and a wig, and he does this whole thing where like this weird thing where he just starts banging out like 80s ballads. He's sort of sat there at this table and they're asking questions and stuff like at the police station. He just starts singing for no reason. It's so unhinged.
Please tell me at some point it's like he's not got short legs, he's got long legs.
No, he doesn't do any of the Nick Cage things, which is what I was expecting. I went into that expecting him to do the whole Nicolas Cage kind of. Nope, he's completely in like a character, and he loses himself in it. It's weird.
Is that the bit that made you feel weird? Is that why you thought it was such a weird film?
I was waiting for the bit where he's gonna like pull off the mask and go, "Guys, it's me." Like, none of that.
Wow, that's fascinating. I need to. Oh.
Yes, it does, Andy. Yes, it does. It's the weirdest film ever.
What we got here? Oh,
Black Phone was interesting, Samara. Yeah, Black Phone's weird. They're making a sequel of that, aren't they?
Yes. So David the Dead's comment, Loch Ness Terror. If you want to talk about really bad films, so me, Dave, were around a friend of ours, Simon's, like a few weeks back. And you know when you just start like you've watched what you were going to watch and then you just start going through like what are those, you get those weird free streaming services, and it's like Pluto TV type thing, and then you just end up going, oh, what's this? And you're like, Loch Ness Terror, like this looks like it could be good. Good lord, it was awful. And we fast forward for it, and I feel like we still didn't watch it fast enough. It would Ray Harryhausen would have done better with a bit of blue tack than what these creatures that there were some shots. I'm pretty sure they just used the same shot over and over again.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no.
It was just a weird film. But I'm pretty sure it had the guy who played. Yeah, it did. It had the guy who played the Lieutenant Colonel in Stargate SG-1, the bald guy.
Yeah,
he was in it. I'm not sure like what happened to his career because he was really good, and then suddenly he was in this. I felt like I need to send him like a gift basket if he's still alive. I don't think he is, but you know, just to say like I'm here for you if you need me. Like what happened? Who hurt you? But yeah, if Loch Ness Terror comes up on any of your suggestions, here's a suggestion: don't watch it.
And Shelley's just saying there, you need to watch The Monkey. That's more effed up than Longlegs. I've not seen that yet.
Oh mate, it is one of the most. This is going to sound weird. Most fun horrors I've seen in ages. And that makes me sound a bit sick in the head, but it's really gruesome, but it's funny and it's not too long. It doesn't focus too much on exposition. It's just really good. It's really well acted. It's got some great random kills in it, and it's freaking nuts.
Well, it's definitely on my list because I know it's Stephen King that wrote it, and it's James Wan that's directed it. And I like James Wan films, so
it's just 3 hours of doves flying. Oh no, that's John Woo. That's John Woo. Sorry, I've got Tom Cruise on the brain still. Thinking of that scene in Mission Impossible 2.
Dark Skies was good until the third act.
So your recommendation, Jack, is that we watch 2/3 of Dark Skies. If I can get a minute mark when to turn it off, that'd be.
Which film's Dark Skies? I'd say I'm rubbish now. What film's Dark Skies?
I don't know.
I'm not right. I'm trying to think what film that. I'm gonna have to Google again.
Also, you're the man in the chair. You know this. This is your thing.
Skies.
You've got your own sound effects, which is.
Dark Skies, as the Barrett family peacefully in suburban life is rocked by an escalating series of disturbing events. See, now I want to see it now. It's bloody Blumhouse. Why have I not seen this film? I've watched like every Blumhouse movie. How have I never seen this movie?
Because you should have been watching the thing.
Because I should have been watching the thing. Yeah. Jason Blum, the Blumhouse Productions banner, starring Kerry Russell, Josh Hamilton, Dakota Goyo, and J.K. Simmons. Well, I'm sold on the J.K. Simmons alone. That's going to the list.
Yeah, I'm going to add that to my one, just based on J.K. Good old J.K. Simmons. All right, not the other one.
I was chuckling away to myself. What? You were chuckling away at a scary horror film? Monkey?
Mate, it's weirdly funny. It is. You can't help yourself. Look at that. Also watched Heretic. Heretic was great.
Heretic's great. Good movie.
I am really enjoying this. I want to play weirdos part of Hugh Grant's career.
Yeah.
He's gone from sitting there going, oh, you know, David Beckham's right foot, David Beckham's left foot, you know, all that kind of. He's gone with that, and now he's like, how can I be weird?
Mate, I'm loving his. He was so unnerving in it because I'm obviously so used to seeing him in comedies and love films and stuff.
Yeah.
To see him in that was just jarring.
And it was interesting. I have one tiny minor gripe with it, and that was the lack of use of Topher Grace, because I think Topher Grace is really underrated.
Yeah.
Genuine. I'm not even trying to be funny for a change. Serious moment from Ryan. Ryan, serious moments. Topher Grace, right? I think is a really underrated actor, and I think he could have done something cool, like something better, and like they could have used him more in it. It seemed like a waste to get him for just being the guy who turns up for a grand total of about 3 minutes screen time. Yeah. Like he should have got into the maze maybe or something, or even if they killed him off, I think there could have been something fun to do there. It did make you think like candles are a bit sinister now though. So if I see someone with a blueberry pie candle, I'm going to be like,
yeah. He tells him that his wife's been cooking the blueberry pie and it's a candle. Ugh.
I've got a fresh cut grass one, but my wife's not sitting there thinking I'm about to murder someone. But you know, it's a very different.
You can't watch a full movie this day and age, Ryan says, Jack.
I do. I can't not watch something to completion. Even I think the closest I get to it is like the Loch Ness Terror, for example, where we fast forwarded through it, but we still covered all the ground. But I even if it's a terrible film, I feel like I need to watch it to the end or see at least all of it, even in double speed.
Yes, Andy, it's been added to my list. Don't worry about that. I will watch it. Also on my list is the new. Everything is also Screamboat. I really want to see that, the weird Mickey Mouse movie.
Yes, what the hell?
And there's also a Popeye the Sailor Man movie out now that's a horror film that's on DVD. So,
what?
Yeah, and he looks mental. He's got the classic big forearms with the anchor and everything. And he eats spinach and goes on a rampage on a boat.
So I'm guessing that fell into public domain then, by any chance?
Oh yeah, they're all these horror films are coming out. You can just tell what franchises are now free for open interpretation.
Do you know what? We should look it up and see if we should just do our own one.
There's so many though. That's the thing. There are so many public domain now. Like, thing is, very soon, Batman and Superman are going to be public domain. The original versions.
Really?
Yeah, there's like weird rights with DC where the original Batman story isn't actually owned by DC. Same with the original Superman because it was Action Comics, which wasn't technically DC Comics at the time. So there's like, because that's the whole thing with the new Superman movie, isn't it? The estate of the original writer's been trying to sue the new Superman company, the DC Comics, saying that they shouldn't be able to release it because they haven't got the rights. But
BS, it belongs to the people. I want to see that film.
What I'm hearing is that Topher Grace is about to become very important to the people of Greece.
Yeah, we're doing a new show with Topher Grace called That 70s Toga. It's all about a 70s exchange student who goes around. But yeah, it's going to be fantastic. You're going to love it.
Or just blueberry candles and sends them to both Ash and Ryan. Thank you, Andy.
No!
They've missed the trick with that Popeye horror film. Surely the story there is a monster movie that shows what deformed Popeye. Yeah. Oh, that should have been.
Punches like an air compressor and it inflates his arms or something, and it's like, oh.
There's still that god awful set from the original Popeye Robin Williams movie. That is still a thing. It's still kicking about in Spain. Or was it Dream?
Yeah, because they spent
One of the-
millions on it, didn't they? Like making it.
You can walk around it and stuff. So I think they should make a Popeye horror film in that location, and it should be about Popeye chasing down olive oil. And I want to see a scene where he breaks through a wooden door and Popeye here. Monica Shelley Duvall played during the film. That's the only.
Yes, that would be good.
I'm just trying to shoehorn in a Shelley Duvall reference.
To be fair, she looked the part.
She did. She was skin and bone at that point. Very weird woman.
They missed it.
Ryan, not Greek, is going to award him the Grand Cross of the Order of the Redeemer. I'm loving the fact that this is still going. I love it. Just watch Barbarian Netflix. What a load of crap. That film was weird. I watched it on Netflix recently as well. I didn't see it on the big screen.
That's Barbarian was a weird one because it's annoying. I don't think it would have taken much to make it great. It was one of those films, when you just watch something and you're almost a bit more annoyed because it was so close to being good.
Yeah.
Again, I can't even really pinpoint what I didn't work in it. I don't know if the pacing was a bit off. I mean, it was really fast paced at one point, at some points, but I don't know. There was just something lacking in it. I don't know if it was Topher Grace, maybe, but maybe if he was in it.
The whole monster under the the floorboards thing was just stupid. I like the idea of the tunnels and stuff, but I think it would have been just better if I forgot his name, the guy that was in the place Chucky. If he just ended up being the psycho at the
Brad
end.
Dourif?
No, that's Chucky.
Yeah, you just said Chucky.
I meant Pennywise.
Oh,
the new Pennywise.
Skarsgård.
Yeah, Skarsgård, because he's in that film, isn't it? And I think it would have been great if he just ended up being the villain.
Yeah, it would have been.
That's where I thought it was going originally.
I think that's what maybe that's what it was trying to do. Maybe they changed their mind at the last minute.
Because there's that whole thing where you see both characters go down into the thing, the monster comes up, and then it just cuts to the dude in the car. And you're like, what is going on? What is this? Very weird movie.
What's that?
Ryan Topher Grace and Cocaine Bear about to set up a rival show, the Greek Week in Review.
Well, you know what the Greek do really well that I think Cocaine Bear would love?
They do such great honey. The honey is the greatest thing of all.
And don't forget about the hummus.
No, that's bordering on racism.
Oh, dear. I don't think we can go a whole episode without talking the Pooniverse. Have you been watching any of the god-awful Pooniverse movies since we last
spoke? Do you know what? No, because I'm still upset that they didn't answer my emails about voicing Winnie. And I offered to do it for free as well. But unfortunately, I saw the second one. Because obviously we spoke to Craig, was
David.
it?
David. Craig. I know it's Craig Revel Hallwood. No, that's a different guy.
Craig David's a very different guy as well.
Yeah, but yeah, we spoke to the original actor from the Pooniverse, and
yes.
I got the chance to speak to the guy that played Tigger as well on my channel. I've got that review on there because he was on set at the time. Yeah, he was on set, and it was actually in his little trailer thing when they were speaking to me because they were already making the next thing, and he was in it. So yeah. I'm trying to get the guy that does the Peter Pan one to come on the channel at some point. Cause I'm like, I've had Tigger and Pooh. You're next. Come on, Peter Pan.
It's a really weird hit list, dude.
It's reeling them all in one by one. Pooniverse actors. Come on. What else are you doing with your time?
Yeah. Let's be honest. Just waiting for another public use to go into the public license. I kind of might look up what's coming up then, actually, because something like Snoopy's surely got to be next.
It surely has to be. What I'm now waiting for from the Pooniverse thing, is Team UK versus Team America. Because we've already got Screamboat, we've got Popeye. They're two American icons. In the UK side, you've got Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Peter Pan, Bambi. They're all sort of like the British kind of side of it. So they could do like a...
Betty Boop, I'm pretty sure, is going to be out of the license soon. She's got public domain soon. Because that's going to be a really messed up one, and that could be your 3 versus 3. Then that gives you your extra one. You're looking out now, and you see if we can start making it.
Betty Boop. Some Betty Boop cartoons are already in the public domain, and the rest of them will drop in public domain in 2026. We've got a year to wait, Ryan.
It's happening. That almost sounded like you got like an instant copyright infringement sent to your phone for mentioning it. Stop, Sorrell.
It's an email saying we would like to invite you to write the film because it's better than our original idea. All right, cool.
Sold. Flaming Cat. What a name. Sorry, I just saw that YouTube name. What a name.
This guy comes in my chat all the time. Apparently, he's changed his name about 6 times on YouTube, but he's one of my original followers, apparently. And in the chat is now called Flaming Cat and just puts the word meow on all my videos. Every single video has meow written on it. There's another guy
registration meow.
There is another guy that basically puts "this is a vape" on everything. This is a vape. It looks like a vape. It's a vape. It could be a vape.
Wow. Okay, that's
I decided to do blind bags and get into the children's categories, and now I'm paying the price. I have psycho children in my comments. Is anything happening with the actual Cocaine Bear universe? Wasn't there meant to be like another 5 drug? They've already been and gone. I mean, there was one about an alligator at one point.
There was Crocodile.
Crocodile, that was it.
And there was Cocaine Shark, I think. Oh God, there's got to be. Maybe there's like an Oxycontin octopus. I don't know.
Don't worry. IMDb has us covered. They have the whole list of Cocaine Bear ripoffs by someone who goes by the name of the Mighty Emperor. This was modified a year ago, so it may be out of date now, but let's do it. So, the original film obviously was Cocaine Bear. Then we had Cocaine Werewolf.
Oh, okay.
Cocaine
Sounds
Shark.
like a good premise. Cocaine Shark.
I feel like Cocaine Cougar is a different kind of film. Here's one that Ryan's gonna love: Cocaine Crabs from Outer Space.
Oh my God, I need to see that one. That needs to be one.
When a couple of intergalactic space crabs land on Earth, they encounter the one thing they didn't expect: a duo of dumb frat boys force-feeding them cocaine. As it turns out, cocaine gives space crabs an overbearing impulse to kill.
Oh my God, that's incredible. Can we do a watch and reaction of that, please? Can we do like a live stream of that where we're just watching it and reacting to it?
That just sounds insane. Then we've got Attack of the Meth Gator. Jesus. Krakoon.
If I find out Crocodile hasn't been made, I'm making that.
No, I don't think it has. It's not on this list anyway. I'll Google it in a minute. A raccoon ingests a discarded synthetic drug and mutates into a vicious killer. It rampages through a mountain community, threatening campus, tourists, and residents. No one is safe from the Krakoon.
Oh no, I know that one. It's Marvel. It's the Rocket prequel. It's Guardians of the Galaxy prequel. I've seen that. Yeah.
But I found the best one, Ryan. The one that this is gonna have to be another one that we review.
Go on.
Crack Squatch. When a social media star and Bigfoot hunter vanishes, her friends find a camera with digital evidence of Bigfoot in the Appalachian Mountains, where she and her cameraman disappear, hinting at the reason behind the. That doesn't even make sense. That hypnosis is awful.
Crack
Squatch.
Oh
Jesus
yeah, we need to watch that.
Christ.
Crack Squatch. Oh, I thought it was just a myth. So there really hasn't been a crocodile.
There's not been a crocodile. There's no crocodile.
Right. Okay, chat. Let's get some funding together. Let's get a Kickstarter going. Crocodile, and then I'll do this. And I'll have a Cocaine Bear cameo in Crocodile. Crocodile Dundee is just even a weirder sequel. You call that a needle? That's not a needle.
Mate. And since we last spoke as well, just to move on a bit, Anaconda is coming back with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. And
yeah. So from what I can gather, it's sort of, I think it's them making a movie, and then it's like a fourth wall type thing.
It looks like
Like,
it.
I feel like they're getting attacked whilst they're trying to remake the movie, I think is the idea. I mean, I'm just sold on Paul Rudd and Jack Black.
Yeah, I want to see them two together because that will be unhinged as hell. I mean, I thought it couldn't get any better when it was Jack Black and Jason Momoa in the Minecraft movie.
Yes.
That is just mental enough. Them two together when they've been doing the tour for that, like with all the press junkets and stuff, have been insane.
And their crocheted things that Momoa made.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack Addison, you call that a line? That's not a line. Crocodile Dundee. Jack, you are hired as scriptwriter, so that's your job.
Sorry, I can hear it in his voice in my head. That's not a lie. Oh,
That's
no.
not a lie.
Oh, no.
Andy, wait, a whole movie with Cocaine Bear on Bolivian marching powder. That's the second Kickstarter, Andy. You'll have to wait for that one.
Oh, dear.
Do you know what? I've missed the live things.
Oh, God.
If it isn't, you're going to have some awkward conversations when you get to any of you go on holiday to Greece. Thing is, though, I've got a feeling Ryan Speaks Greek is going to have infinitely more subscribers than me now. Yeah, I am going to. You know, I am going to start doing talking about some horror on my channel again, though, because I have missed talking about horror when we used to do the creature feature stuff. Because I do love it. And you know, it's interesting that have you noticed some of the horror films are moving over in genres, because like Megan, for example.
Yeah.
The new one, it looks like it's going to be really fun. Don't get me wrong. I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be nuts, it's going to be fun. But I'm a little bit sad it sort of jumped the shark a bit from the theme of the original.
Yeah, 100%. It's no longer a horror film at all.
No,
it's just become like a dodgy Terminator 2 ripoff.
Well, what was it? I used to describe the Transformers movie as smashy robot fun.
Yeah.
That's
we still use that, by the way, on Geek. We still use that phrase.
Do you?
I just change it to the necessary, so it's like smashy robot fun, smashy monster fun, smashy horror film. I use it for everything. It's an all-purpose tool.
I'm just haunting the Geek Week, aren't I? Even though I'm not there anymore. I should do it somehow. I should hack into it and just do the Cocaine Bear voice without you guys knowing.
I actually have a degree in screenwriting, right? I can finally put it to good use, says Jack.
Bloody hell, write a script for one of my YouTube videos to make it half decent, then will you, Jack? Midnight Drift. That sounds like it should be that could be a good name for like a horror film. Midnight Drift. They never saw him. He was just a ghost in the Midnight Drift. Down. Actually, it sounds more like a film starring Nicolas Cage. Actually, I'll take that back. Not a horror film.
Andy H, we tried doing the once a month thing, but we kept forgetting when it was, because it was only once a month. We both kept forgetting when it bloody was. That
and then
was
we
the only
kept
problem
rescheduling.
with it. And then kept removing it and scheduling anyway.
We got smashy Dino Fun just this past week.
We did. We got smashy Dino Fun for Jurassic World.
I'm looking forward to that.
Drugged up animals, Vagadin Viper.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still like Crack Squatch is still that's going to take some beating.
Although Cocaine Crabs from Outer Space, I'm googling that film. I am watching that at some point. Could do.
I can pay you in
Greek recognized characters only, of course.
I can pay you in smashed plates if you want. Just that's about it. That's what I could do.
I think I've still got a few drachma in a drawer somewhere from the 90s.
I miss when you used to go on holiday and get cool currency. Now it's just euros.
Codeine.
Why
do I feel like Andy's just on a generator now, just generating cocaine animals?
I feel like Andy is a generator, because also that's the guy, like when you say, like, for example, like that terrible horror film I was in, and I was like, no one will ever find the meth. Oh my god.
Meth.
Sweet Jesus. So what? Like, where do we stop at? Like Tramadol T-Rex or something? Like, he's just good at headaches or something. Like,
Tramadolosaurus. Oh, dude.
Oh, I've actually gone a bit lightheaded from laughing so much. Oh god, this
No, Jack's beat me.
sucks.
Andy now just going through the medicine cabinet.
I love it. Do you know what, Jack? I could picture it now. This is the day you almost filmed Captain Smack Sparrow. And then just murders like 5 people.
Oh dear. Right. What else we're gonna say? I'm trying to rein it back in. Where the frig the train of thought is well left the station.
This is another thing, right? Whenever I will say about like our old show, right? Whenever we tried to have a topic, I would say that thanks to these, I'm pointing this way because to me this is where all the comments keep flying up. This is what happens. This is the derailment. For example, that actually sounds more like a weird detective show for some reason.
It does.
Like,
Look
you know,
out,
John Actor
Morphine
is Morphine Macau. Macau. Ozempic owls. You'll never see them coming because they've lost so much weight.
Oh. No, you need to do that voice as Maurice Moss. I don't know why I'm feeling the Maurice Moss on that Morphine Macaw.
Get into character, you know. I've got. Let me try and focus. I've got to get into the character. I've got to pretend to be a massive nerd. It's going to be hard. Ruddy hell, Roy. Look, it's Morphine Macau. Or is it Macaw? I don't know. I'll have to Google it. Morphine Moose. That's even worse.
Morphine Moose. That's even better. I love that. Morphine Moose.
Roy, do you know what they have in Canada? Morphine Moose. It's terrifying. It's dangerous, Roy. That's why I'm not going to Canada. Or near morphine. Heroin
Hawk.
Now that sounds like a really weird sequel to Hudson Hawk.
That sounds like something Tom Cruise would say as a call sign. You know, the Heroin Hawk coming in.
That's his call sign when he's landing his spaceship from Scientology.
When I saw that, instantly in my head I was going, "Welcome to the danger zone." You came and recommended live, dropping a thumbs up. Thank you very much, Dale. Appreciate that, dude. Welcome to the madness that is the most off-topic show you've ever heard in your life.
I'm really sorry that your recommended hates you, but you know we can't do anything about that. You know, it's recommended. It doesn't mean you have to. Advil Aardvark. Oh, good lord!
And this is why we can't go live together very often, because it is just complete utter madness.
Canston Camel. No.
Skunk.
Oh my god.
Innuendos to you guys.
I don't do innuendos. Thank you. I am a serious broadcaster of YouTube.
Jesus.
In my 12 videos in 4 years. I take this very seriously.
Right, I'm trying to reel the ending. We're going to reel the ending back in.
Right, okay. Look, I'll take my glasses off so I can't even read the notes anymore.
I mean, some horror films. Did you watch Maxine? I can't remember when the last time we spoke was. Did you review Maxine with me? I think that was Triple G. Oh, God, he's still going. Fentanyl, Falcon.
The glasses. The glasses, they did nothing. No, I have not seen Maxine. That's still on my list. But yeah, do you know what? It sounds really stupid. I thought in my head when we first talked about like what we're going to do tonight, which we both knew deep down was never going to happen. Yeah. But we we knew this was going to be an hour and a bit of crazy voices and awesome time with our chat friends. Chat friends. Sweet Jesus. Can we? I can't do this. I can't do this. But when I first thought about when we talked about doing Summerween, right? The thing I think Summerween should just be the name of the fact that we're talking horror in summer, because I think this video is clearly proven. Yeah, it was one week. Oh, that's nice. That's a really good film actually, because when you start watching it, it really bounces back towards the end. Hey, I'll thank you. The Arowana Mountain Lion. Oh no, that's actually the next Lion King sequel they're doing. After Mufasa, and it's just about Simba dealing with loss and just becomes Marijuana Mountain Lion King.
I want to make a film called The Witch, the Wardrobe, and the Marijuana Mountain Lion.
But yeah, I think that the serious bits earlier with some of the suggestions, I don't think I realized how many good horror films are really set in the summer. Diazepam donkey. Yeah, but the thing is, I couldn't take that seriously. It'd be like dibbity dom and dibbity doo, Diazepam the donkey. Like, you know, Speed Sloth. That, do you know, that's not even funny. That's genius. Jack, your degree has just revealed itself, my friend. There it is. Yeah. I am. In my head, I read that in a Batman voice as well.
I am the Diazepam donkey. I am the darkness.
Where are the drugs going? Where are they going to?
Do you know what? If they gave him the drugs, though, do you know what would happen? They turn into a drug mule.
Hey! Mate.
That we've just been strucken off the recommended viewing now.
We have. We're no
longer. No one's getting recommended.
That guy's tuned in and tuned out all in 10 seconds.
Yeah. How do I not only unsubscribe, but make sure I never see either of these two ever again? And the Greek spin-off. That one as well. Clear that off the table. I'm a triptyline aardvark. That Andy, I'm actually now a little bit worried about you because it sounds like you've got way more medication than you should probably legally have at home. So if you need a friend, yeah, not us, but if you need a friend, don't be afraid to contact anyone else.
Yeah. It does sound like we both missed talking about horror, which is awesome, but it's always best not to put a label on things and best not to put a date on things because we never know when we're going to be able to get together next, but I'm sure we will do because this has been fun and ridiculous and over the top.
We'll just call it a horror holler.
Yeah, and Zen
next time. I don't even know what Zen-Pound is.
I have no idea what that even is.
I don't want to Google it either because it's going to turn out to be some medication.
I've got a feeling Jack just had to Google "give me a drug beginning with Z." His Google just come and saying, "Are you okay, Jack?"
In my head, I've got like Jack and Andy are just sitting there going through medical texts together, going, "Guys, we've got to find something."
I was going to comment on Max if you guys skip so far forward. I'm like, shit, my brain can't keep up. Our own brains can't keep up with this, mate. This is why we can't be together. It's just nuts.
New channel.
Horror
holler. I like I said, horror holler. I don't mind. Yeah, we'll do that every like few months when we actually both are free. We'll just do a little horror catch up and we'll call it horror holler.
Well, I like that name. Horror holler.
And then when we do a special in October, we can call it the Halloween.
Yeah, horror Halloween. Oh dear.
We should get at least half an episode between now and October with our schedule, so we should be fine.
Well, we'll have to do to keep this a thing. We'll have to find a date when we're all available, because I definitely want to get Triple G and
Jacob's Toys.
Jesus. No, the One Good Scare guys.
Oh, I've not spoken to them before.
You have. They were on with us. Triple G Comics was on with us once, wasn't he? With his mate James T. Keegan.
Oh wait, were they?
Yeah.
Wait, is that when we did the quiz?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot we did the game show.
Yeah.
Ninja Gorilla. Oh my god.
So definitely, I'm thinking we should get together with them two guys and do me and you versus them kind of thing. And we'll do some horror geeky stuff and we'll do some quiz. Like we'll throw questions back and forth at each other. That'll make it fun.
I like that idea. Count me in.
Yeah.
I'll just make sure I'm back from Greece.
Yeah. And on the note of Ganja Gorilla, I think we'll call that a night, people. It's devolving into absolute chaos, but that's what I love about it. But Ryan, it's been fun, guys, and Shelley said, Ryan, you've been gone too long.
It's been really good to see you guys in the comments again, and Ash, thank you very much for having me on, man. We'll definitely do it again today.
Yeah, and for Ryan, until next time, whoopah!
Whoopah!